everyone. Welcome to our show, Shalom from Aleph Tree. I am your host, Galina Kuptsova. As we promised to talk about commandments, and today we're going to cover fifth commandment. It's in the Hebrew Bible, fifth commandment. I have a teacher, my guest, Serge Kuptsov. Hi, Serge. How are you?
Hello.
So are we going to read the commandment?
Yes, please.
Okay. Book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 13. Honor your father and mother, and your days will be prolonged in the land which the Lord your God gives you.
Yes. Actually, when we finish all 10 commandments, we're going to talk about generally about 10 commandments and why there is differences between Catholics, Lutheran order of commandments and the Hebrew way of thinking. You know, that is very interesting because in Lutheran and Catholics we do not have a actual second one. Do not worship idols. You know, and they kind of try to explain that's everything included in the first whatever. No, we'll talk. Okay. So, honor your father and mother. As we know, the Hebrew understanding of commandments is absolutely based not only on Peshat, just a simple reading and understanding. There is lots wider range and deeper to understand commandments, and they are so connected to one another. There is a holy order of them, you know, and it's we were going to talk, as I said, and it's very interesting when you're reading Hebrew authors and holy people, anointed people, how they understand and try and understand the commandments. To honor father and mother, the Hebrew people understanding this, it must be on the level how you honor the God of Israel, not less. And there is reason. There is reason because we will talk about in a second. And to see this, we can compare, not just reading commandments, but compare to bring some evidence, some clues from different things, like who is trashing the name of the Yah will be punished to death, you know, and the same if you curse your father and mother, the same thing. Or honor God with all your possession, the same honor your mother and father. Fear your God, yeah? And fear your mother and father and mother. We see the things are just absolutely kind of the same. And why? And there is a tree who brought you and me to this world, that Most High,
Yes.
Father and Mother, you know, and there is a vital for mankind to understand that it helps to survive the whole mankind, you know, all. And the children must to do so. We're always saying to, you know, you want to prolong your life. You want to
have a condition.
There is investment. There is an obligation and investment. And very sadly, when you see how today people are sending the father, old and mothers to the nursing houses and saying hypocritically that there is better for them there. You never asking where is better, how. We should take care of them up to the last day, you know, and I'm very impressed how Indian families from India, immigrants, all the children accumulating money for oldest one who keeping mother and father in their houses and taking care of and giving support
financially,
and there is always the ways. If you want, you will find a way, and God will help you, know. And I would like to ask the church what you think about this. You know, it's easy to send and have a justification, or have to work, I have a bills, they sitting alone. Just it's a baloney. And there is we bringing lots of generation of kids who see the picture and doing the same, and it's awful, you know, it's awful. We've been visiting for more than 15, 20 years nursing houses. We could see the real picture, what is going on there. The same time, we have a story like there is a principle of Hebrew family, you know, family. In the same time, we can see how people not having children, but rather have cats and dogs, and call them like
it's my baby.
Kids. That's absolutely
baby.
Ridiculous. Generation Hebrew understanding on family, biblical understanding of Hebrew family. It's a connection from one generation to another, you know, inheriting customs, rules, I mean, in a good way of the things, you know, and giving to one another. And I would like for you to read last prophet. And the interesting there is the last verses, because, you know, most important things, people saying the last one. You know, most important things, more crucial thing, the last one to say something here.
Okay, I'm going to read from book of Malachi, chapter 4, the verse 5 and 6. Behold, I'm going to send you Elijah the prophet before coming of the great and terrible day of the Lord. He will restore the hearts of the fathers to the children, and the hearts of the children to the fathers, that I will not come and smite the land with a curse.
Very serious statement of prophet. Very serious statement. He will, we should again to say that the Hebrew people understanding this in different way, like people reading in any other language, because Hebrew language is a poetic and a mathematical language and visual language, and
like we always say,
like
4D.
4D, yes, not just reading and to have in translation and to understand what is written. It's absolutely impossible. There is a diagnosis, you know. Very deep diagnosis, what is, God can come and smite. You know, at the same time, if we do something, it's conditional. He will not do this. And what it's Malachi wanted to give us from God. First of all, there is many things we should understand. To turn hearts of parents to kids, yeah? And what the name of Eliyahu?
Yes, Elijah.
It's a name, my God, Yah. Yah, my God, Yah. And Elijah. Elijah, yeah. Mashiach actually did all things in principle, you know, in principle and kind of, can I use very carefully this word reincarnation, but not because in cats and, but very conditionally. That's in principle, in deeds and spirits, you know, and examples. Yeshua came and he, like Eliyahu name, his actual name, God Most High, my God. And Yeshua never did anything. He said, I'm doing everything what Father told me. Hebrew sages, they've been saying, look, Mashiach will come and will go the same way Eliyahu went.
Yes.
Before Mashiach came, because Elijah left the earth.
He didn't see the death.
Yeah. And to see this more kind of wider, as sages teaches us, then we should start from a Brit Shalom covenant. Brit Shalom covenant was given to Pinchas. Remember Pinchas?
Yes, yeah.
He took a spear and killed two, just to reestablish the order of God. You know, that's very strong stuff to understand. And God gave him, the Brit Shalom covenant. What does that mean? A covenant of peace. We should go from right now from Pinchas, Eliyahu, and Yeshua. The spiritually, they kind of doing everything in one way, just going from one to another. There is a before the great and terrible day of Yah. Yeah? Very important. That's before the great and terrible day of Yah.
In English, of the Lord. Yeah, okay.
Well, yeah. It's not, God is not coming like the first time he came as a suffering, as a Joseph, suffering. And kind and peaceful in giving us a chance for the period of in between first coming and second to correct the things, what we should do.
The sweet lamb.
And first of all, to prepare tabernacle, because we see Aaron was inaugurated when people build the tabernacle. There is a church waiting. Kingdom will come from kingdom, heaven kingdom will come here in can I say like identical. We see and we be building here
like a replica.
For Yeshua. Identical. For Yeshua to be inaugurated as a king, And there is a Joseph ladder, Jacob's ladder. We should understand why angels were going up and down, not from up and down in there. That's just for the information. And Eliyahu was a very strong prophet. Remember, he asked the fire came, he killed. Seeing that it's a strong prophet and jealous prophet, And Yeshua will come as a king, as a strong guy to judge this. And to make this order, what Pinchas did, he killed two people because the guy, tribe chief, took the lady from another side, for the in his family. And to restore the order, there's extraordinary something happening all the time. And we should understand on doing the saying, that's what is golden calf.
Yes.
We understand because golden calf was not destroyed, but transformed, melt and all the things. We should as well, because they made it ox as a Joseph, Mashiach, and we should see and try to understand how we transform Jesus into Yeshua. And there is why we're talking this, because it's very important things, because God in this way will take father's heart to the kids and how to understand this spiritual context. Who is fathers? Fathers is Israelis, and the kids, the other nations. Because in spiritual context, everything is different. Remember Caleb and Joshua. Joshua was younger. Caleb represented the nations for 84 years of age, whatever, somewhere. And he joined and engrafted. That's in spiritual. Because Joshua represents the Hebrew people, a younger generation, because physically it was the same one. But there is a spiritually, Israel is a preacher. there is a heart of Israel, heart of fathers of Israel must be transformed and going to the kids, to the world.
Yeah.
But they're wounded. They suffer so much from
They have a
the
broken heart
kids.
too.
Yeah, from the kids. The real.
Yeah.
We see how many times the world wanted to kill and destroy the Israel. You know, but father should do the first. You know, came over the wounds and turned the hearts. But if we see in real time, we always see, okay, how father turned. It's father turns. If my kids, you know, doing something wrong and they give a small try to correct the situation, father running in happiness to help.
Yes.
To you know what? And there is a prophecy for us. There is a very principle for us to understand. And the father turns heart to the kids and the children, and children turn the hearts. There must be right movement from kids to correct the situation.
To make a first step.
But yes. But we should understand where is, because today's church, for 19th century's church was going away from Israel, more and more.
From the foundation of the forefathers.
Yes, and they created their own father of the church. You know,
own image.
There is no biblical fathers. You know, if they using names of the fathers of Abraham, Jacob, Isaac, and Jacob, just for their own agenda, motivation, and the prophets. There is a placement of everything, you know.
Yes,
they have their golden mouse, Augustine, all these fathers of the church, and they create religious business, religious surrogate, all this kind of things, you know. They saying kingdom will come from heaven, but we should build, as we said, we should build here, you know, to inaugurate. Yes,
remember with the
yes, and they built their own churches, you know. There was where is the pastors and the board of trustees and rule things, and the people paying for this, you know. Ask your pastor to whom belong the buildings, you know, board of trustees or to pastor, and they built a new Israel till physical Israel was restored, you know. And in 1967, Catholics they recognized that they were wrong, but nobody did anything to correct. Kids never did anything to correct things. So for fathers, turn their hearts, you know, for fathers, preachers, teaching, all the inheritance, you know, all the good things from Israel, from the fathers of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, you know, if we were generally saying this.
But Sergey, even the story, the prodigal son, because the son was coming back. This is the why father, you know, starts running, you know, towards him, because he see his attitude. He's coming back from the backsliding.
He just make a steps.
Yes, he's making steps.
You know, we do not see what he's changed, but he already start to be changed, you know. And when they heard, I am Israel, physical Israel was reborn. Yes, everything kind of step away, but nobody did anything, you know, anything to restore. There is no restoration of Shabbat, no restoration of biblical feast, no restoration of real teaching, you know, there's and the teaching of fathers.
Yes.
You know,
the meaning, even restoration of meaning, you know, so many times we can see the words are translated so incorrect.
Absolutely, that's what we're saying. The continuation is on the way of how it was before, and the go, let's say, how, but God is good. He is doing his business. Small groups of people
Yes.
are opening the hearts and study the roots and real Hebrew language to understand, and getting teachings from Israel, from people who has a first language Hebrew, who study for years and taking from their fathers, you know. And there is even they try to a church for 19th century to destroy the understanding of this connection, and saying, oh, you know, that the Pharisees, the Sadducees, they did like those. No. They made many mistakes, and Yeshua corrects.
Yes.
You know, correct, and teach the real Torah, how to understand how this. Yes, we can be mistaken, but we should come back to the fathers of biblical fathers, and if we are not respecting, everything would be smite. Can you read where is in Revelation we see who is the fathers? Can you open?
In Book of Revelation?
Yes.
What chapter?
Where is Abraham?
Oh, the book of Matthew.
Matthew, yes.
Book of Matthew, yes. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 8, verse 11. Say to you, the many will come from east and west and recline on table with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in kingdom of heaven.
Kingdom of heaven, which will be built. Your will in heaven will be here.
Yes.
That's right. We should build this to inaugurate Yeshua as a king of Israel.
And the kingdom, you know, what we should build, the kingdom.
Israel is a preacher. Do you want to be a preacher? Get engrafted into 12 tribes, and you will be. You know, there is today, we have a surrogate religion which are not respecting fathers of Israel.
Yes,
you know, they're a foundation of everything. Yeshua came, he said, I'm doing everything Father told me, you know. And there is a principle, there is a big principle, there's a very, very important principle to understand that that's not only we should respect our earthly parents, but there is a big theological problema today.
Yes.
And we can read in Lord's terrible, great and terrible day, it can be different, you know.
Absolutely. So it's
coming back.
It's interesting. It's simple look at commandment. What's reading all the time, especially in Sunday school, how you have to obey your parents, obey, you know, listen to your father and mother. And of course, we can talk about this more and more. The Bible said, you know, listen, obey your father, your parents. It didn't say it's bad or good. This is another subject, you know. Some people said, but you know, my father was abusing me, or my family all the time, you know. But you know,
honor.
Honor. We understand it's not easy, but you definitely can find a way. And I would leave you one more time with this commandment. Please, you know, study deeper. Study deeper, because the foundation of the forefathers, how to turn the hearts to the children, and children turn hearts to the fathers. Honor your father and mother, and your days will prolong in the land which the Lord your God gives you. So, this is up to you to get the blessings. Honor your father and mother. Thank you so much for your attention. Thank you so much. You're with us, and write to us, call to us. Goodbye.